Hey YouTube, what's going on? Dustin here, back with another video. I wanted to talk to you today about a topic that had come across my mind, and I was just so inspired to make this video. Um, First and foremost, like, comment, subscribe if you like the content. I am here for all of you, and I love you guys so much. I'm so glad that you're here and you are a part of this video, and that you are aspiring to be a part of my content. And you guys are the best. So listen, guys, I wanted to talk to you today about positives and negatives and everything that really goes into that. So on this channel, we talk about life, and I really wanted to step into something huge on this topic today. I need to get you all to understand this concept, and I'm going to explain it to you. Throughout life, you are going to have negative things that happen to you that have extremely positive consequences or extremely positive upsides. And the negative things that happen to you in your life are gonna have, their positives and negatives too. You have the positive stuff. Sorry, you have the positive stuff. It's gonna have positives and negatives, and just like that, your negatives are gonna have positives and negatives. So, what's the whole point here of making this video? I'm trying to get you all to. I'll give you an example. So, let's say you have a guy, right? Let's just say I'm going to make something up here. Let's just say you have Chris, and Chris really wants to be in ministry, right? He wants to be a pastor. And, let's say he went to school for it, and he's jumping around to all these different churches, and he realizes in order to, you know, in the sense of like supporting his family and having a job, this and that, he cannot find the right church for him. He's struggling with relationships within the church. He really can't land a job. He's moving from state to state, and in that process of struggle, which is his downside, he finds an upside to the whole process. He's gained incredible relationships with people. He's able to connect with people, maintain those relationships, and really just build upon, his customer service, and just being an incredible human being and father, husband, so on and so forth, right? And then let's say you have somebody who, let's say you're an electrician, right? And or you're into plumbing, and it's your trade, you went to school for it, you have all your certifications and stuff like that, but you're not doing plumbing because let's say you don't have your own LLC, you're jumping from company to company, and it's just not working out for you. It's something you're good at maybe, but you have a little side hustle going on, right? So there's positives and negatives to these things. Now, let's say Chris decides he wants to do DoorDash as a side hustle. Let's say he has a side business, he has something going on for him. Because you have to remember, those things can pop off at any minute. A YouTube video can get a view, and it can blow up, right? I think TikTok has been, proof of people's content popping off. The TikTok shop, excuse me. has been incredibly successful. People selling items on there like I've never seen before. It's inspiring, right? So if Chris wants to do Uber Eats full time or DoorDash or Uber or something like that, let's just say that's one of his side gigs, right? Or buying and selling, YouTube, who knows? TikTok. If he's doing DoorDash orders and he's finding that, one day he becomes a platinum dasher, this and that, he's like, man, like, I know my ministry didn't work out, being a pastor and all, but wow, I've been getting 5-star reviews. This DoorDash thing is taking off. It's been all gas, no brakes. It's been really successful for me. And that's the thing that I want y'all to wake up to and realize is that if Chris becomes a premium DoorDasher, right, and he is killing it out there, he's making good money, he's getting the top orders, he's offsetting his mileage, all this stuff. This is what I want you all to understand. Chris has taken his ultimate downfall and made something incredible from it. Okay? Same thing with plumbing. If your side LLC that you have or side gig you're working blows up and the plumbing, the trade doesn't, that's fine. Maybe your trade will explode and take off later in life. That would be great. It'll blow up. But this is what I want you all to realize. Your downfalls, like Chris could lose his house. He could lose everything known to him, pretty much. Granted, he still has a car, he could have so much life struggle. That does not count him out. It does not hinder his ability to be able to be a success. And as long as we push and figure things out along the way, we can bounce back and do something with our time that's extremely valuable. And that's what, as an example, Chris is not a real person, but I'm using his story as like an example to drive you all to wake up to this positives and negatives topic here, because it's huge. Negativity, we always have negative connotations and negativity in general attached to everything nowadays in the world. There's negatives to positive things that you do. There's going to be upsides and downsides. Every choice in life has that. But I'm here to tell you that it's better for Chris to utilize his time and you and I to utilize our time by, trying new things out. What if what if those little side hustles are paying the bills, but you're also like really trying to figure it out? You're like, man, like I'm kind of on the roll, but not really, but I'm starting this platform over here to make, money over here. Side hustles are great. I will tell you, to all my women out there, teachers, age, let's say 6 months to, I don't know, even preschool, kindergarten, 5 years. The relationships that you have with the parents of those children, you'll notice, you positive comments, they'll send you cards. I've seen this year, and it's just absolutely incredible. It blows my mind that, you're having an impact as a teacher. So that's another example. Okay? Let's say that you decide to open up your own school and have kids cared for and taught at that school. Okay, you've taken everything you've learned and now you're transferring it over to this new school. So just a dynamic that you have to think about. If you quit that and leave that job, let's say you start your LLC, you have all these positive people and you've made connections along the way with people. And there's just so much that goes into it. Your relationships that you've built and all that stuff. That's going to drive your side hustle forward, your business forward. Positives and negatives, guys. There's an upside to everything and a downside. So think about it. Stay positive, and I'll see you all in the next video. Love you guys so much. Peace.